This marks the 7th consecutive year that Davidson has advanced to the semifinals of this tournament. We'll begin with an opening statement from Coach McKillop and then take your questions for the players first.
Very pleased with the entire team's performance today. Not an easy opponent to play against. Number one, the third time. Number two, so very well coached. And number three, because of the very challenging defense that they play. And I thought we showed tremendous poise and tremendous teamwork and tremendous toughness in securing this victory. So I'm just overjoyed with what our guys did today.
Question for the players, please. If you raise your hand, we'll get you a mic. Question in the back, yes.
John Titel from hoopshd.com. For either of you, Luka was named Conference Player of the Year earlier this month, but he only had 6 points and 1 rebound today. What does it say about your team's overall talent or versatility that you can still win a game handily even when the best player in the conference is not dominating?
Yeah, I think it just speaks to the fact that we have a lot of weapons on our team that any given night can step up, and I think we have so many guys that do such a good job playing their role, accepting the role, and then exceeding at that role. We had guys like Dez and Grant really step up today and make some shots. Sam Menenga playing inside. Keeping Luka out of foul trouble is going to be important for us, and but at the same time, we have a lot of guys that can step up and help this team win.
Questions for the players? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. Tonight was not your best shooting night overall as a team from 3. I think you all were 6 of 16. But you were able to be effective in the paint for 26 points in the paint, which is maybe not your traditional bread and butter, but can you just talk about how, when you're having not the best shooting night, you can still find ways to put up a pretty good amount of points?
So they're top blocking us, so we just got to find a way to score it, like other than 3-pointers. I know we got like a pretty decent shooters, like tremendous shooters, all starting 5 and also from the bench we can shoot. But we just figured it out from we figured it out that they were not guarding like Dez and Grant, just like me, Foster, and Mike. But they just handled it pretty well, and then our bigs just fought in the paint, and then that's how we got the win, I think.
Yeah, and to build off that, I think, as Lee mentioned, we've seen just about every defense that we can get thrown at us. That's helped us prepare now entering the postseason. So just, adapting, some games that are going to run you off the 3, some games your 3 might not fall. Our big guys and our guards and just about everyone in between has done a good job of just taking what they throw at us, playing our brand of basketball, and just finding a way to win. That's all that matters at this point.
For the players, any other questions? Yes, ma'am, right in the front row right here.
Hi, Susan Son from Sunday Times. For Lee, this game today was such an important game because it really depended whether you guys win or lose, and that will really determine the later on schedule of the game. So how did you guys prepare for it? And like you mentioned, there were some shootings that weren't as well, like it wasn't as well as you might have wanted to be, like you wanted to be. So how did you feel about today's game?
We already played Fordham twice earlier this season already, and then we knew that they're going to top block in the shooters, and then it's going to be like a dirty game, I would say, like low shooting percentage, and then all the fights around the court. But we have such unselfish guys in our team, like anyone can take over, anyone has the ability to take over whatever night. We just got to find a way. And then we found Grant, Dez, and Sam, and then they just did a tremendous job.
Any other questions for the players? If not, gentlemen, we'll let you go back to the locker room. Thank you very much, and we'll keep Coach McKillop here with us. Questions for the coach, please.
Thank you.
Raise your hand, please. Questions for Coach McKillop? Yes, right on the end.
Ethan Hennessy, Happening Hoops. Coach, you held Fordham to only 14% from three-point range. Can you talk about what your defense was able to do and how they were so successful in defending from beyond the arc?
The Atlantic 10 has a tremendous number of three-point shooters at every position. Every team presents that challenge, so we've had a lot of rehearsals with our closeouts. And I think that Will Regal, our assistant coach, who was in charge of the scout, did a superb job of strategizing with the way we were going to close out on each individual guy. And we have the kind of players who embrace the opportunity to do things that are just a little bit abnormal. So you close out one way on number 10, you close out another way on number 21, you close out another way on number 23, you close out another way on number 1. That takes, number one, great insight from an assistant coach, and number two, willingness to learn and then embrace by players. And I thought that was evident today.
Questions? Yes, in the back.
Hey, Coach, this is your 43rd conference tournament win. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Does it get easier over time because you obviously know what you're doing? Does it get harder because the conference is catching up to you? Something else?
Tournament play is arguably the most exciting time for fans. It is one of the most anxiety-filled experiences for coaches. You think about the consequences, you think about the season and how it boils down to maybe one possession, one shot, one free throw, and so it's never any easier. I try to celebrate being here. I try to celebrate the opportunity to coach these young men, and they give me such great joy, but I'd be lying to say that I wasn't filled with anxiety as we drove to the arena today and as I prepared in the locker room before the game.
Questions for Coach McKillop? Any more? Coach, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll take an opening statement from the coach, and then we'll address some questions for Chuba, please.
Yeah, really, first things first, really proud of our team this year. Faced a lot of adversity, never sensed anyone quitting. We just kept coming all year. Just to start off, we had, so many new guys, new staff, new coaches, new AD, new everything. And for us to come together and compete the way we did, really proud of our bunch. Especially the guy to my left, he's the mayor of campus, looks out for all our guys. He's had a storybook season for Fordham standards in terms of what he's done scoring and rebounding the ball. Can't say enough good things about him. Really proud of him, really proud of our bunch.
Question for Chuba. Yes, we got a question right here, sir.
Chuba, as Coach just put it, you've kind of earned the title of the mayor of Fordham this season. And as you checked out for the game for the final time, you got a pretty big ovation from the Fordham crowd. Could you talk about your relationship with the Fordham fans and community this season?
The ovation they gave me felt amazing. Pretty much like you said, pretty much call me the mayor. I'm basically in touch with a bunch of alumni and stuff like that. I like to talk to people. That's the type of person I am. I like to just be around people and make people comfortable around me, stuff like that.
Yes, right here, gentleman in the sweatshirt. Go ahead.
Nick Lawrence, Mid-Major Madness. Chuba, you've stuck through this program through thick and thin. Just talk about how you feel about the future of this program now that you've fought back up to a pretty good. You guys are playing pretty well.
People ask me this all the time. I have no doubt this program is going to be on top. Definitely leader with Kyle Neptune. I just want to give credit to him to start with. That's a coach that literally pushed me from day one. Day one pushed me. There was days I didn't even want him to bother me. But he pushed me. Even days I thought about quitting and stuff like that, he pushed me, told me the type of player I could become. And just the type of person he is, just the type of coach he is, I already know this program is, we had the most wins in the A-10 since I can remember, definitely since I've been here. So, I already know this program is going in the right direction.
Go ahead, sir, for Chuba.
Aaron Robertson, All Facts Media. Chuba, for you, when you look back at your time here at Fordham, what will you remember the most? And then how do you want to be remembered when people look back and remember you here in this Fordham jersey?
Overall, I just want to be remembered as a great person, you know what I mean? I fought through it all. I've been through, everybody knows my career has been a bunch of injuries, stuff like that, but I fought through, I stuck to it, you know what I mean? I never gave up. So, at the end of the day, I just remember as a great person.
Go ahead, sir.
And Chuba, could you talk about your own performance today? You had 14 points, 9 rebounds. Could you talk about, what allowed you to kind of get through Davidson's defense, and also maybe what made it tough in some parts for yourself and your teammates?
Credit to Davidson. They're a real good team, you know what I mean? So, a bunch of time they just kept grinding it out, you know what I mean? They kept grinding it out. They made a small lead into a big lead. That's pretty much it. Credit to them. They're a real good team.
Any additional questions for Chuba? Chuba, we'll let you go back to the locker room now. Thank you very much. We'll take a couple of additional questions for Coach, please. Go ahead.
Hi, Coach. Daniel Frank from A10 Talk. I believe before the season, Fordham was predicted to finish 14th in the conference. You all finished 8th place and I think exceeded pretty much everyone's expectations. How do you, as a coach and as a coaching staff, evaluate year one for you at Fordham?
I think, for us, obviously finish 8th. We're trying to compete to win championships, but considering the fact that, we dealt with a lot of adversity, a lot of injuries, guys leaving, guys out of the lineup, all things considered, really proud of the way our guys competed night in and night out.
Yes, go ahead.
Coach, over the season, you've outlined several goals for this team. Play hard at home, play hard defensively, succeed through adversity. Which one of those goals do you think your team hit the most and that you'll be carrying over into next season?
I think it's just play hard. I think it's just play hard. Our guys, to their credit, just never quit. Up, down, I truly feel like they just played hard as often as they possibly could. And if we can, carry it on to next year, I think we'll be okay.
On the end, go ahead, sir.
Coach, Ethan Hennessy from Happening Hoops. Obviously, you guys, record-wise, had the best season Fordham's had in a while. Would you consider playing in the CBI or CIT now that you're concluded here at the conference tournament?
Something we haven't even thought about. We haven't even thought about it.
Go ahead, sir.
Coach, how do you react to the guys when the praise they give you for what you've done this year for them?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
How you react to the guys regarding the praise they give to you all year, even today in a loss in the tournament?
I'm not sure exactly what praise you're referring to, but I look at it. Anytime someone praises a program, that's obviously good. But the reality is we're an 8th place team and we lost. So we want to be the type of program that's competing to win championships.
We'll take 2 more. Go ahead here and then over here. Go ahead, sir.
Coach, in the first half, Rostik Novitsky looked very comfortable, all over the floor. He had 13 points. Could you talk about, how your team's able to, let guys stay hot and respect each other's runs when one guy might be having a good performance?
Yeah, I think our guys, another credit to our players. They really, truly like each other and root for each other. So if someone has it going, they really look to get them the ball. Just an added bonus for Rostik with all he's going through at home. Really proud of the way he played. He's another guy who broke his foot early in the year. Wasn't right. Hadn't played basketball in almost a year and a half. Literally was living in a dorm with no access to a rim. So for where he's came from to where he is now, really proud of his journey. And just an extra somebody. If people say prayers for him and his family with the tough time that he's going through, that would be greatly appreciated. I know he would appreciate it.
Final question. Go ahead, sir.
Coach, as you head into next season and try to build this program in year 2, what are some goals that you have as far as maybe building the roster, player development, or just things that you want to address in the offseason as you head towards next year?
I think you just named everything. That's everything that you try to do in the offseason: recruit, develop players, try to set a standard by which the guys can follow. But I think we said a little bit earlier, if we can carry one thing over from this year, we want to be known as the hardest playing team every time we're on the floor. So if we can carry that over, I think we'll be okay.
Coach, thank you so much.
Thanks.
We appreciate your time.
Sure.